Hey residents of MeepleTown, welcome to another MeepleTown mini review. Today we're going to be looking at Unmatched Tales to Amaze. This is a cooperative version of a game that you've probably heard me talk about in the past, Unmatched, which is the way I typically play it is a head-to-head game, although you can play up to 4 players where each player has their own different hero. I'd say hero, it's not always a good guy, I guess, that you're playing with. You have your own deck, you have your own miniature, or miniatures if you have a sidekick to go along with your hero. And you go head to head and try to knock each other out. This is the cooperative version of that game. And so some of the things that you're looking at in this game will be very familiar with the, I'm going to pick a character, I'll have a mini, maybe a disc to go along with that. If I have a sidekick, I have my own deck, place it out on the board. But now you're going to be playing against a villain. And in this version of the game, you're either going to be playing against the Mothman or you're going to be playing against the alien invader. And both of them have their own side of the board that they're going to play off and they play on. And they also have their own set of rules that they're going to abide by. So the alien's going to be moving around, the alien ship is going to be moving around attacking you, but also playing out these little alien invaders that are also going to be attacking you. And you're not attacking them, but you do have to remove them from the board. Mothman is going to be destroying bridges, and as you are as those bridges go away, once all the bridges are gone, then you're going to lose the game, but you're also losing actions that you can normally take on those bridges by ending your action or taking your action and landing in those spaces. You can take those actions. And so you win the game by defeating the villain. You also lose the game by being defeated or by really essentially once all those activation things happen, once all those bad things happen, all the bridges are gone, or in the alien invaders, once all your little alien tokens come out, then that will trigger the end of the game and you will lose. Now, that's hard, okay? But we don't stop there, because if you're playing with 1 player, you're going to add in a minion. If you're playing with 2 players, you're going to add in 2 minions. If you're playing with 3 players, you're going to add in 3 minions. You get the idea, okay? The game ramps up by adding these minions into the game. And you have things like the Jersey Devil, you have the Ant Queen, you have the Blob, and they're all going to be doing different things. The Tarantula is going to be putting webs that slows you down in your movement. You have to stop your movement whenever you go through that. The Blob, when you go through their little acid token places, you're going to lose a health. They're also going to be attacking on their turns. And it's cool because you have these activation deck. Flip a card on the activation deck, and whoever's card that is, they're going to activate. This has been done in other games before, nothing new there, but it does become interesting because you don't always know. In regular Unmatched, I know I'm going to take an action, you're going to take your actions, or 2 actions. I'm going to take my turn, you take your turn, back and forth, back and forth. This doesn't always play out that way, and so you don't know if you're going to be taking your actions before they take their actions, and that can really matter because you want to be able to set yourself up for future turns, but you don't quite know exactly how that is going to play out. The way the system works for when they move or for when they attack is good. Well, one, they're going to be moving and attacking, okay? They're not taking the 2 actions, they're just going to be taking the 1 action, but they can move and put themselves in position before they attack you. They're going to flip over a card. Well, you know they're going to attack, and then they'll flip over a card, but you pick your card first, you flip them over at the same time, just like in Unmatched. You're going to compare those attack and defense, and whoever wins the battle is going to take health away or whatever. You get the idea if you've played Unmatched before. It's just basically flipping over cards, picking cards, flipping them over, and then determining who's going to win the battle. But it's hard. It's really hard. It's hard to defeat the minions. It's really hard to defeat the big baddie. And you don't have to beat the minions, but you kind of want to because they're really tough sometimes. And if you don't get them out of the way, then they're just going to be knocking you out, and that becomes very challenging and difficult. But a challenging and difficult game that I really enjoy playing. Unmatched is a game that's it was a top 50 for me. I think it was around top 25 game that I absolutely love. And I love seeing the expansions and everything that comes out for it. I don't own everything for this, but I like that there's lots of different options. Now you're adding in this cooperative element, which I love, love, love. Now I love cooperative games. I also love solo games. And so it's really nice to be able to have this thing that we're working together towards and trying to defeat this baddie. And so if Unmatched was a game that you were like, I don't want this because I don't want to go head to head, well, this is your entryway into the game because the game system is a ton of fun. not only in the base game do you get the two villains, you also get several, I probably should look this up. You get, how many minions? Six minions, I think that is. That must be right. 6, if I'm paying attention to this right. But you also get 4 heroes, and the heroes are so cool, and you can use those heroes in the other games. You don't have to just use them in this cooperative version of the game. And you know what? You can also pull in other unmatched characters in this game. So if you want to play the Marvel characters versus this, alien spaceship and kind of relive the Avengers movie, yeah, you can do that to an extent, and I like that. I think that's a lot of fun. So for me, we do a scale of pass, play, purchase, and this for sure for me is a purchase. Now, if you don't love Unmatched, is this going to change your mind? Well, that depends, because if you just hate the system completely, no, it's still the same game essentially. But if you don't love going head to head with somebody, or you don't have anyone to play with, and you're like, I really want to play this game, or I'd like to play with somebody where we're trying to defeat the baddie, this is the game for you. For me, I absolutely love it. Now, if I'm showing some pictures on, you might see some of the deluxe pieces. You don't need the deluxe pieces. It has those, the deluxe ones are the little miniature moths and the little miniature Martians that you have on the board. You don't have to have those. You can just use the little Doom tokens, and those work totally fine. So don't think, if I missed out on the Kickstarter, I can't get the deluxe items, although I think they sell the deluxe items on the store. You don't have to have them. I think you're totally fine just having the base game. For me, this is a ton of fun. A lot of replayability just in the box, but then when you add in all these other characters that you can throw into the mix from other sets, it's a home run for me. So definitely check this out if you are into that. That is Unmatched Tales to Amaze, a buy for me. Until next time, thanks for coming down to MeepleTown.
Thanks for joining us, and thanks to our Patreon supporters for making content like this possible. If you would like to become a Patreon supporter, go to patreon.com/MeepleTown. To follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, find us at MeepleTown Games. Finally, to connect with us and other residents of MeepleTown, you can join Guild 3407 at BoardGameGeek.com. Until next time, thanks for coming down to MeepleTown.